Hello, sportsmen. Hey, if you're one of the viewers who would like me to do longer outdoor features, this show is for you. We'll spend the next 20 minutes looking for smallmouth bass that bite by using hellgrammites for bait that bite. We find a few other things that bite as well. At the end of this program, we're going to do the drawing for the folding camping trailer from Big Buck Night, so stay tuned. I'm Fred Trost with a show that puts you in the mood for June. I think you're going to like it. The fishing adventure you're about to see started after dinner, June 24th, on a river somewhere in the Grand Rapids area. My guides were Pat Witherall and Dave Coster, who had conspired to see if they couldn't get me bitten by one of the critters that we were going to use for bait. These critters are called hellgrammites. I had never picked one up before, but I could see that I wanted to avoid what looked like huge pinchers on their heads. Now you have a couple hellgrammites in here?
Yeah.
Take a look at these.
Go ahead and grab one out.
Grab one out?
Grab them by the tail.
By the tail, sure.
By the
I'm
tail.
sure that's
Get
not
that. Get this one right here.
Not that one right there. No, I'm going to get this one. You know, I don't like getting these things. I'd rather do leeches, I think, than these.
There you
go. No, I've not had a lot of experience with these, but I see the pinchers on them. I see the pinchers on them.
Did you feel the pinchers?
No, I didn't feel the pinchers, but... God dang! Whoa! Now hold it!
That's what we were looking for, Fred. You always want to grab them by the head.
Huh? No kidding. That bugger drew blood.
You always want to grab them by the head.
I was close to the head. For crying out loud. I thought I had him like you had him. Jeez, oh Pete, look at that.
Get him right here behind his head.
You know,
so he can't get you.
I gotta tell you, this fishing experience has lost some luster. That baby nailed me.
Told you we'd get him, Matt.
Hold it, don't put that back yet. Look at those pinchers. Gee. Well, you told me that it nipped you when you were...
all over me, Fred.
I know it, for
Quit
crying
bleeding,
out loud.
Band-Aid?
These are hellgrammites, and I know why they're named that. And I'd like to stack a few other names up next to them as well. Good grief. Can't quite get over this.
I had one get me in the thumb one time. A really big one all the way from here to here, and he closed right up. Ripped it right open all the way across the top of my thumb.
Oh, no, this is, you know, leeches. I have leeches all day long now. I will love leeches from now on. That baby hurt.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Now, these will turn into what's called a Dobson fly.
Yeah.
I don't like Dobson flies either anymore.
Fly around and look just like that, only with wings.
But they don't have the pinchers, though.
Yeah.
The Dobson flies?
They look just like this with about
The exact
Man,
same thing.
5-inch wingspan.
You rotten
Big old
son of a gun, you.
Did you bring a Band-Aid for him?
No, I don't need a Band-Aid, but, you know, when you said grab them by the head, we're talking by the head, not behind the head.
You grab them too far back and they spin right around and get you.
Holy.
I told Matt earlier we were going to see if we couldn't get you bit once real quick.
Wow.
I didn't exactly want you to get blood drawn out of there. Just get a little nip, you know.
Wow, that hurts. Okay, now we were talking about these doggone hellgrammites that are underneath the rocks.
Yep.
So how do we get these things? How do you get these things?
Well, you just go down there and put a net down and stand on that and reach up ahead of you and flip rocks. And the current just takes her
Into
they're underneath the rock, so they just, when you flip the rock, the current blows them off the rock into your net.
And then you take them, grab them by the tail,
Yep, grab them by the tail
and
and
put them in your bucket.
throw them in a bucket.
Oh, man.
Pick it up. Now, see if we got anything.
Crayfish. Wow. Look at the crayfish.
Nice
Now,
one here.
now the smallmouth, though. Hey, get these in the light here a little bit. Boy, well, this is what the smallmouth are feeding on, eh?
Yeah.
Oh, and you got a hellgrammite there.
They want them hellgrammites more than they want them
Well,
crayfish.
they do. Now the crayfish, I have picked up crayfish before, doggone it, and
I'll get this hellgrammite for you.
see the crayfish. Now this doesn't bother me. I've done this before, but that hellgrammite caught me by surprise. I still have blood around my thumbnail from him.
So
we
many
got
hellgrammites, but a lot of crayfish.
a lot of crayfish, but you don't use these for bait.
No, we don't never.
But these crayfish, man, there must be a dozen or more of them that came right out of this one little teeny 5-foot square spot that we were shaking up.
Oh, they must be loaded in this river.
We could see crayfish everywhere we looked around the rocks. Crayfish are a favorite food of smallmouth bass, but apparently not the favorite. The hellgrammites are particularly good bait for smallmouth, is that it?
Excellent.
Best thing I ever saw.
When we get out there, you'll see the action you're going to get.
I got enough action already. Whoa. So the technique is we have our rods here with a, what is this, number 4 hook, a bait holder?
Yeah.
Hook. The bait holder hook has the little, those little barbs on the shaft that I hope dig right into those hellgrammites.
Oh, they will.
Good.
Yeah, you'll hold it right
Good.
there.
And we'll find out how to hook the hellgrammite, but you're not gonna talk me through it. You're gonna do it for me. I don't care. This macho stuff is gone right now, I'll tell you.
You sure got a red finger there.
Yes, I do. It's blood all around my... Anyway. The way Pat Witherall hooks a hellgrammite looks easy. There's a collar, sort of a shell behind the head. The hook slips under this collar, and the hellgrammite can move around like a dog on a leash or like a Rottweiler on a leash. That's it?
That's it.
Man, he can still bite you right there.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. Huh. Well, okay. This is where I like him. Right like that, right on the hook. Oh, this water feels great, great, great. On a hot summer day. It was at 90 over here, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely did.
At the end of June, we had 90-degree days in Michigan, so shorts and t-shirts were the only practical things to wear. The river was shallow with a firm gravel bottom. Now, tennis shoes protected our feet, but keep in mind that our legs were bare as we waded out to the edge of the deeper channel, which really wasn't all that deep. I couldn't imagine that anything could bite us other than the hellgrammites and crawdads. I mean, the mosquitoes weren't even bothering us. So about right here, and just cast her out. How far? Well, I'll just watch you guys, okay.
Anywhere around there or up farther.
And you wind it tight? You got one already?
Yep.
Ha. Well, that must have taken
Not a
all,
real big one.
must have taken all of 10 seconds.
He's just a little rump. Yummy.
Obviously, the smallmouth bass were gobbling down the hellgrammites, just like Pat and Dave told me they would. This stretch of river produces some big smallmouth at the right time of year, but even the 12 and 14 inchers are a lot of fun to catch.
Yeah, he's not too big. He got my hellgrammite too, Fred.
He did. Well, just grab another one by the tail.
Yeah.
Most of the time, the bass leave the hellgrammite on the hook, and you can use it again. Sometimes they manage to swallow it. I could see the hellgrammite's antenna in the throat of this one. Oh, you took my hellgrammite. I'm not happy with you. Oh, the hellgrammite is down in its throat. Yep, I can see tentacles or something. Can you see down there, Matt? Can you see a pair of tentacles? I don't know if you can see that.
Oh, yeah. Reach down there and get it back, Fred. Don't let him.
Yeah, reach down there and get that hellgrammite back. No, I'm going to let him.
Facing this way. Just let him clamp.
Yeah, I know it's facing this way. Just let this little guy go. And I'll go back to Mr. Witherall, sir. Grab one of these snakes by the head. I don't know why we just don't fish with rattlesnakes. I mean, let's get right on to it.
Need another hellgrammite, Fred?
Yes, I do, Mr. Witherall, sir.
You gonna put it on yourself, or do I gotta do like I gotta do with Dave all the time?
Mr. Witherall, sir, I want to ask you to do me a favor. Look at that. Look at how you're grabbing that. That's how I grab it.
Yeah, he could get me. Better get up
Well, I
farther.
wish he would.
And this is what I gotta do with. I gotta do this with Dave and with my little 2-year-old. Yeah, do it with you too.
And I don't feel bad.
That's the other problem with them. Because when you hook them, they spit that ink out.
Oh, yeah?
You don't want to get that stuff on you.
Oh, I probably have that in my thumb.
Sent a bunch of ink out right past me, man.
I developed a tremendous respect for hellgrammites as a bite and as a bait.
I just say it's bigger than anything you got.
Oh, that's one for the net, huh?
Dave Coster caught the biggest smallmouth bass of the evening.
Oh, yeah.
Pat and Dave liked to fish this spot for fun, so none of us wanted to keep this fish, even though it was legal size. We'll catch him again.
About 14 and a half, 15 inches if somebody wants them.
The bass loved the hellgrammites. Our action was constant. They must like the taste, because the hellgrammites didn't have to be alive.
This hellgrammite has expired, which doesn't bother me at all. And I don't think it'll bother the fish, but I'll find out here. Oh, in just a second. Cast right up there. In fact, I saw one hitting the surface. Now check this out, Matty. I tighten up the line. You can see how the line bows into the water. If that starts moving,
Like that?
like that. Can't tell if it's moving or if it's on a rock. It's on a rock. No, it's a fish. It was, look at that. Yeah, that fish just was holding steady.
I don't care to handle hellgrammites, but I've got to admit, they are a great bait.
Wild and crazy action. Now you see, that was on a dead hellgrammite. Which leads me to believe that dead hellgrammites are a lot better than live hellgrammites.
Oh, man.
A lot less hazardous. What? You lost your hellgrammite again? See, I've caught 4. Whoa! That was just a fish he had on his line. It just gave me a little start.
Yeah, you just flung my hell.
I mean, already I've been bitten.
Gotta admit, though, that'll be interesting viewing.
Yes.
People love that kind of stuff when you get bit and bleeding.
Yeah, bitten and bleeding. That was the. There was no
I
doubt.
get a real kick out of watching a show like that. Did you feel the pinchers?
No, I didn't feel the pinchers, but. God dang! Whoa! Now hold it!
That's what we were looking for, Fred. You always want to grab him by the head.
Huh? No kidding. That bugger drew blood.
You always want to grab him by the head.
I was close to the head. For crying out loud.
There's a little critter with a mean mouth. Never dawned on me that lurking in this shallow water were bigger critters with even meaner mouths, snapping turtles.
Turtle's going after him, man. Holy cow.
Is there?
Is there?
Look at turtle here.
Yeah.
He's attacking.
Yeah,
He's got
there
him,
is.
man.
What is that? That's a
A
snapper.
big snapper.
That's a snapper.
Attacking my fish, Dave. Look at that.
Oh, this is incredible.
He's going back and forth after it. Look at that.
Where is he?
It's right behind the fish.
Look at that.
Look at that snapper. Oh,
He's after him, boy.
oh, this is so comforting.
Here he comes, Fred.
Look at this. Look at this.
You can see.
See if you can bring him back. Holy cow. Don't get that fish around me. That was incredible.
He wanted my fish.
Wow.
Man.
That's a nice bass, too. Holy cow.
Chased that thing back and forth all through
Oh,
here,
yeah.
Dave, trying to get him.
Boy, his neck was stuck out when he was coming right up here.
Yeah, the first time I seen him, he made a couple of grabs at him.
Whoa. And here we are, standing bare-legged.
See ya, bud.
52-year-old man looks like Jiminy Cricket out here with his little white legs. Jeez. What was that? Oh.
She's nervous every
Yeah,
time.
now I did. Yeah, the splashing here is.
Snapper trying to get my fish.
Well, that's all Matt needed to hear. He grabbed a stick, touched me when I wasn't looking.
Oh, you son of a. Jeez. Oh, that's real funny, Matt. Real funny. I could be having the big one, Elizabeth.
I thought it was funny,
Holy
man.
cow. Well, I'm sitting here thinking, maybe this is a snapping turtle on the end of this.
Thank you, got you.
Thank you, thank you. You know, when I first stepped into this river, I thought of, you know, the river runs through it and movies like that. After the snapping turtle and the hellgrammite, I'm thinking nothing but Deliverance. Whoa! And now there's I don't know if it's a fish, I don't know whether it's Godzilla or what the heck it is. Oh. See, I'm afraid those little old man Jiminy Cricket legs, that white meat there looks like veal to those snapping turtles. They'll come right over to it. Just pick that right off the bone. They say that leg hadn't had all that much exercise in the past few years. That's gonna be good meat. Oh, man, this is getting spookier by the minute.
Hellgrammites, crawdads, snapping turtles, and me.
I'm not gonna be out here past dark, guaranteed.
I made a lot of jokes about things that could bite as we waded bare-legged in this river, but little did I know that in a few moments the snapping turtle would be back, more aggressive than ever.
Look at that turtle's back.
Is it?
Is it?
Are you serious?
Yeah, he's right here. Look at him. Yeah, okay.
Oh, yes, he
Yeah,
is.
He's got him. Oh, he's
got your
got
fish?
him. He's got him.
He's got it. Look
at
at that. Look at that. Holy
that,
cow. If you can bring that up here, I'll
Yeah,
grab the
let's
turtle
do
by the tail. I don't mind doing that.
There he is, grab him.
I got the turtle by the tail. Huh?
You leave my fish alone.
Okay, I tell you what, I may have gotten nailed by a hellgrammite, but don't call me a sissy.
Oh, does he stink?
What, the turtle?
Turtle.
No, that's me. Just kidding, just kidding. No, that turtle does stink. Isn't that something?
Hold him right there, Freddie.
I wish we could get something for him to snap onto, because he'd snap right now. If you don't think this is a
Probably.
snapper.
He's probably mad.
You know, that's a... Oh, yes. Ooh.
You leave my fish alone.
Ooh. How about that? Let's see if we can get him up here by the reel. Huh?
Stick your finger up there, Fred.
Now, it's not turtle season right now.
I
It's...
don't know.
Boy, this thing does stink. But that's just from the moss on it. What do you think, Matt? Huh? I thought that was something else. Now, we really teed this turtle off.
Pitch him over there by Dave.
I think we
Throw
got...
him over by Dave.
Oh, you want me to throw him over by Dave?
Yeah. It'll work.
Dave was laughing when the hellgrammite bit me. Weren't you, Dave?
Oh, yeah.
Well, here, let's see what the turtle will do. Now, we don't have to scatter from here. You rolling, Matt?
I'm wrong.
Okay, I'm going to send him down here between all of us.
I'm not worried about it. He's going to go downstream.
Huh? Oh, there he is. He's going for Matt.
Well, don't put him...
Don't put him by you, huh? Oh, this
Wait,
is...
he wants to go my way, dude.
I know it. He'll go right between your legs.
I don't want him to
worry
go
about
between
it.
my legs.
Huh? Well, where do you want him to go? That way?
Towards Dave. I got
Towards Dave?
this camera I don't want to drop in here.
Yeah, look at that. You know, remember Nelson Hurst was talking about feeling the turtle under the bank?
I would just pitch him.
Okay, but just a second. Feeling the turtle under the bank. See how the shell there is serrated? What the heck? Oh, that's just my fishing line. Everything's scaring me right now.
Fish on there.
Huh?
You still got your fish on?
Oh, I still got a fish on. Holy cow. Well, this is nuts. Well, anyway, I think we've had enough fun with the turtle. Here, Matt, I'll just let him go and... Huh? There he goes.
He's coming at you.
He's coming in. He's going for the deep water. Oh, man. Oh, hold it. Oh, my fish is still on. There we go. And we have the fish. Boy, that was some adventure. And you think catching a little bass like this is not an adventure. Whoa. That was a rush.
On this day in June, the smallmouth bass were biting the hellgrammites. The hellgrammites may have not liked being bitten by the bass, but I didn't care to be bitten by hellgrammites either. I would never grab a hellgrammite by the tail, but grabbing a snapping turtle by the tail is no problem. Life in the food chain can be dangerous if you don't know which end is which. Matt Radzalowski made his guide report calls before the big Tuesday night snow, so conditions have probably changed somewhat, but even with the snow we've had, look at the fish. Been getting good perch and pike down here in the Detroit River. Lake St. Clair, perch have been good. Metro Beach, nice sized ones. Lexington, Port Sanilac have been getting steelhead. Rabbits have been hard to hunt for though because of the deep snow. Perch up here at Linwood, good sized ones at the mouth of the river, walleye in the river. Over here at Whitehall and White Lake, and as well as Ludington, pike, perch, walleye, bluegill. The fishing has been good. Up in Cadillac, east end of Lake Cadillac, been getting some walleye and some limits of crappie and pike as well. Over in Oscoda, iceman has been floating down the Au Sable, so that's kind of stifled the steelhead fishing. Alpena Rockport reporting a perch at Grand Lake, whitefish in Long Lake, good catches. Walleye in Black Lake up here at the tip of the northern lower. Pike are starting in Twin Lake. And check out Muskong Bay. Good for them. They're getting good catches of 10 to 15-inch perch and limits of walleye. It's about time that started turning on. Over here in Marquette, getting some perch, some nice-sized ones, and walleye up here at Lake Independence. Gladstone, getting some perch catches up to a foot long and a couple walleye. And here in the Keweenaw, the west end of the UP, it's been kind of fair because they have deep snow. How deep is it? Well, we're talking 30, 40 inches and probably now more than that. Remember, this snow report was before Tuesday's big blow that came through. The ice conditions underneath that snow, talking a half a foot to a foot of ice, plenty of ice to make just about every lake safe for ice fishing. If you'll remember, on Big Buck Night on public TV, we had an extra incentive for people to call in pledges. We did a drawing for a free one-week rental of folding camping trailer, and this went to viewers who pledged at each public TV station. And we're going to run that list of winners next week. But we just selected the name of the grand prize winner of the Coleman folding camping trailer donated by Westland RV in Westland. We took the names of everybody who called in pledges during Big Buck Night and registered for the drawing of this folding camping trailer, and we assigned each person a number. Now, we selected the winning numbers by drawing balls that were all numbered for 4 digits. Now, the winning number was 2261. We checked the list of names, and we came up with the winner being Ned Gray from Midland. He pledged to WDCQ up there in Midland. We'll meet Ned at Westland RV and check him out with his new camping trailer as soon as we can arrange it. During this brutal winter, though, we're going to spend a fair amount of time indoors at RV and camper shows in Michigan, and here's where we'll be. Tomorrow through Sunday, we'll be at the MSU Pavilion at the corner of Mount Hope and Farm Lane on the MSU campus in East Lansing. It's the Lansing RV Dealers Family RV Show. If we can get a phone line installed, we'll have our website running live at the show. You can watch me answer email messages from viewers on the big TV screen. Now, if the phone line is not feasible because of the weather, I'll still be there from 10 till 9 Friday and Saturday from 10 to 4 Sunday. Stop by. We'll be at the Annie Ray RV exhibit. Monday evening, I'm starting a 4-week fly tying class. I'm not teaching it, I'm taking it at Grand River Bait and Tackle in Lansing. They still have openings for classes on different days, and all of the classes can accommodate beginners through experienced fly tyers. We'll also be at the Marvac RV and camper shows in the next 2 months, starting the first weekend in February in Battle Creek, then Flint, then Novi for a week, Hastings Friday night the 26th, then in March I'll be at Port Huron and Traverse City at the end of the month. It's a heavy schedule, but that's where we'll be. Oh, the snow, the blowing, the wind chills are not making this a winter that's conducive to videotaping ice fishing, but don't worry, summer was so good that we have plenty of new fishing stories to carry us right through the winter of La Nina. If you get cold, make sure you tune in next week. I'll remind you the kind of warm weather fishing that's coming up in a few months. Stay warm, and I'll see you next week.
Got him.
You've got it. Look at that. Look at that. Holy cow. If you can bring that up here, I'll grab the turtle by the tail. I don't mind doing that.
There he is, grab him.
I got the turtle by the tail. Huh?
You leave my fish alone.
Okay, I tell you what, I may have gotten nailed by a hellgrammite,
but don't call me a sissy.
Oh, does he stink?
What, the turtle?
Turtle.
No, that's me. Just kidding, just kidding. No, that turtle does stink. Isn't that something?
Hold him right there, right?
I wish we could get something for him to snap onto, because he'd snap right now.